Day 6. It's just before 7 a.m. We're outside our hotel, Country Inns and Suites by Ramada. And we're getting ready for the day. Oh, we have a pup out. Let's see if I can get him on screen. Good morning, Vicious.
Morning.
I was talking to the dog too.
What's that?
I said good morning, Vicious.
Yeah.
I meant I was talking to the dog too. Hi, pup. Hi. How are you? You're a lover, aren't you? Yes,
Okay.
you are. Yes. Oh, thank you. That makes my day when I get to pet a dog.
It always does.
So we got another long day and 480 miles, and we don't really have time to get Val's tire checked. I'd like to. Looks like she's going to need a rear tire. These roads are hard on it. Most of the roads aren't smoothly paved. They're paved. And I also have to wonder about the alignment on that sidecar. We changed the bearing in the swing arm part of the side of the car before we took off, and I'm wondering if our alignment's not perfect now. But Val says it's driving real good, but I hate to burn up a back tire in a couple thousand miles and her to say, oh, I guess we better check that. Anyway, day 6, getting on the road. We're going to have breakfast and hopefully get out of here by 8. Charlie and Sue and Val are packing the bikes over there. My bike's ready to go with the exception of the cooler and putting one bag in. I'm ready. We're on 3rd floor. And let me flip that around. That's our room up there on 3rd floor. So got to get up a few times last night and check and make sure the bike was good. The bugs up here are horrendous. Let me take a picture of that for you. Somebody already cleaned my windshield. I think Sue was cleaning windshields last night. But, yeah. When you take your pants off at night, you just stand them up and shake off the bugs in the morning and move on.
Did you have to add the batter in there, or you add it?
No, I just pressed a button.
Oh, wow.
This is amazing. I want one of these at home.
Here they come.
Now, do they stack them and put the syrup on them at the same time?
Let's see if it turns. Let's see if it flips it upside down when it goes down. Here it comes. Kaboom.
Now, does the other one land nicely on top of it?
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah,
You should have zoomed in.
I did. Yeah.
There you go.
All done.
Hey. Okay. Hi, folks. Didn't tape any travel stops. We had a hard day. We were going to do 500 miles, four gas stops, and first gas stop, Charlie runs around, checks tires, and Val's tire went from being pretty bad to pretty bald in the last couple gas ups. So we found a shop to take it to. That's a whole other story. But it was, what, an hour and a half away?
Yeah.
And we started there, and that's a whole other episode. But we started for the Revolt Speed Shop, or whatever it says. The Revolt Speed Shop. I'll show you still my shirt.
Actually, it's not where we started for.
We started for a Harley shop, and somebody put the wrong directions in a phone.
No, we got the wrong number, and it connected us to the one in Saskatoon.
Okay. I don't know how they ended up where they ended up.
Okay.
They didn't end up where they had the appointment. And Clint at Revolt took them right in. But on the way there, and Val had 200 miles maybe left on the tire before the cords are showing. So we all took off. And it was Charlie, then Sue, then Val, and then I was in the back. No, it was Charlie, Val, Sue, and I was in the back. And I'm cruising right along. And this awful scraping started on my bike. And I looked back, and the trailer's flopping all over the place. It was hanging on by the chain. It had popped off the hitch. And so I let off the throttle and coasted down to the edge of the road. Didn't brake because I didn't want it slamming up into me. So I just let it grind to a stop, and I stopped with the grinding. Got off and looked the situation over, and I texted the Alaskan Quartet. That's what our text group's called, the Alaskan Quartet. And I texted them and said, keep going, I'll catch up. Didn't tell them anything else. Now, yesterday, I dropped the bike. Kind of bad I dropped the bike, and I got a very sore side. I might have a broken rib, or at least a cracked rib. I didn't puncture a lung, but I do know what broken ribs feel like, and I'm hurting real bad tonight. But, so I took the broken chain off, which the chain broke, but somehow kept the trailer behind me till it stopped. I'll blame God on that. Thank you, God. And then it tore the wiring harness apart. So I picked the trailer up, which really hurt, put it back on the ball, relocked it, and took off about 30 kilometers an hour under the speed limit. And making my way because I know what directions were in the phone. And I pulled over once and texted them, I'm on my way, I'm okay. But I was driving in the very center of the lane so that the trailer didn't bounce anymore, and it had to, because that was actually the smoothest part of the lane. The roads out here are better than Pennsylvania roads, but they're still rough, and they're very coarse. They're very coarse. And I think that's what's chewing Val's tire off as quick as it did. But I got there, and when I stopped to text him, I said, I'm all right. Tell Charlie to find a Tractor Supply or a Rural King. And he didn't know what I needed, but when I got there, he says, what happened? The hitch come off? I said, yeah, because when I went down yesterday, the hitch popped off the trailer. And we put it back on and put the lever down, and it seemed to hook. Well, today all it had to do was get a good bounce from a hole, and it popped off. So we're at the repair shop, Revolt. Clint's awesome. And he's awesome with customer relations. He's awesome with talking to people. He knows his stuff. He treats people fair. And he knew we were passing through. And he took us right in. He was working on Val's tire when I got there. And he was working on, his mechanic was working on Val's tire when I got there. Charlie looked the situation over and took off for a local auto shop that is kind of like Canada's version of Harbor Freight, and came back with the parts. About the time they pulled Val's bike out, they pulled my bike and trailer in and went to rewiring, put the new coupler on, put the new chain on, and got everything working. When it tore the wiring harness off, it blew the taillight fuse, and they checked it, and sure enough, it was a fuse, and they put a new fuse in. So we actually shot an episode of The Compressor Guru and introduced this series and Clint, and we want to plug Clint's business, the Revolt Speed Shop, and they're awesome people to deal with. The price was fair. They knew we were traveling. They got us in, they got us out. I'm sending him a Guru shirt. Already called the print shop, and they're going to print it up, and as soon as I get back in Pennsylvania, we're going to send it up here as a gift for the good service they did for us. And he gave us all a patch to put on our vest. He used to be a Harley shop, and Harley got rid of small dealers. It doesn't matter, there's no other Harley dealer for 250 kilometers from him, but they pulled his dealership in 2020, and that's part of the reason his business name is now Revolt. But I'll show you the patch of what it used to be. Great guy to deal with. Anyway, check out The Compressor Guru for that episode. We get back on the road, and I'm hurting now. My back and my side are killing me, and my ribs getting worse. And we stopped for dinner, and I said, let's talk about this. We were heading for Fox Creek, which was still 3+ hours away when we stopped for dinner, which we'd be on the road at 9:30 getting there p.m. And we decided, I canceled the reservations at Fox Creek, and they said, fine, no problem, we understand. And then we were able to get in a Super 8 in Edmonton, and they're very nice here. The parking lot could be a little more secure, but we have a very nice room, and we're in for the night. Tomorrow, we're only on the road for 5 hours. We end up at Dawson Creek. If we get a little bit of an early start, we'll get there before check-in, and it'll be more of a relaxing evening. Guys, I'm sorry I didn't give you updates all day long, but this is it. And I'll be home before you ever see this, but I need prayer because I'm really hurting and these miles are tough. Did a lot of thinking last couple days since I've been riding hurt. And basically, the keyboard warriors out there that talk trash and like anybody can do it. And this trip to Alaska, it may be one thing to drive a car there, maybe one thing to fly up there and stay in a hotel for a week. But to go on an adventure like this, where you ride every mile, you really learn to appreciate the country, even Canada. It's beautiful up here. We've been going across the plains of Canada, but we're doing it. We're not talking about doing it, but we're doing it. And all those guys that go, well, they're crazy. Maybe we are crazy for doing it, but we wanted to. We're still not there, but we're going to get there. But those people want to talk trash. Oh, I've been to Alaska, flew up there. You know, went went sightseeing, rented a car. When you're on a motorcycle, you see and feel everything. If it's cold, it's cold. If it's hot, it's hot. Told Charlie the other day the air conditioner was broke on my bike. It's stuck in the on position because it was a cold day. I don't have air conditioning. In the summertime, my heater gets stuck in the on position. It's too hot. We'll probably have some of that before we get home. But if you ever thought about going on an adventure, there's a good pride to be had when you get done and you say, I did it. It wasn't easy. People told me not to. But you can sit back and go, I did it. Guys, that's it for tonight. It's the end of day 6. Tomorrow's Sunday, day 7. We planned an easy day. Our easy day got 2 hours longer because we stopped early. And we stopped because of me. God bless. Good night.